And we are live, folks.
Howdy from the great state of Texas.
My name is Billy Bob.
And I'm Broccoli. And today we made some vegan barbecue for y'all. And I think y'all really enjoy this. We're going to take a moment to share this to our personal profiles.
Yep, going to get this out of the way. 1 second, guys. It's, you know, these days and everything, they have all the internets, and the internets are definitely very confusing. And
yeah, the internets have been a huge change in the way things work. So, you know, us Southerners have a little catching up to do. While all the dandies out there be playing on the internets.
All right, well,
be ranching the cattle.
I reckon I got mine set up just fine right now.
I'm gonna share mine twice because.
All right, well, while you're sharing, I'll show these good folks. We actually made these barbecue sandwiches here. They're basically like a vegan pulled pork.
And they are delicious, let me tell you.
Man, nothing like that has made my belly grown and grown in a long time. Time.
I'm gonna say this is definitely a Texas-sized burger, even with no animals in it.
Well,
I think that's some weak shit to be putting animals in your burgers.
Well, you know what? I reckon the same thing. You know,
yeah. But
keep killing some of the God's creatures and stuff to eat some food.
Rawhide,
man.
So I'm gonna bite into this. Yeah.
This is some of the best stuff I ever put my smackers on. Let me tell you that. Upcoming on our YouTube channel, we're going to be having a recipe on how to make these bad boys right here.
And
you guys better tune in for that.
Oh yeah, you better. I must say these exceeded my expectations. Yes, sirree. Even my old mammy didn't make no burgers like this.
Really, where did you grow up, Broccoli?
Billy Bob, I grew up in the great state of Texas, Fort Worth, wrestling and hassling those steers.
Well, sometimes those steers do like to buck quite a bit.
They do. They sure don't like it when you electrocute them with them rods. They sure like to buck and
nuck. Might as well make it rhyme, you know.
Rod.
Yep. I actually grew up in Waco, Texas, and kind of good thing about Waco is there's tons of grasslands and tons of places to raise your cattle in, and you know, actually, I kind of turned my farm into an animal sanctuary nowadays. So sometimes I go back and visit from time to time, but those animals over there, they're being well taken care of, and they're having a fun time rooting and tooting and hopping around.
Aren't you kind of concerned with all those animals running around that the earth is going to become overpopulated with all those cows and chickens?
Oh, hell no. They grow them things like crack, you know, these days. They raise and breed those animals and artificially inseminate them, and they make them have way more babies than they would in the wild.
So, tell me about these burgers, Billy Bob. What's in these?
There's nothing more I would want to talk about right now than these burgers.
Load.
Oh my gosh.
These
burgers have some lentils.
Chomping.
They got me chomping. These burgers have some lentils in them.
What are lentils?
Some carrots.
What are lentils, sir?
Lentils are a legume. It's a bean.
A legume?
No, not a lagoon, or
Like a swamp?
no, not a swamp.
We have
you're thinking of something else.
We have swamps around here that alligators live in.
Yeah, it's I've always wanted to see one of those alligators around here.
You've never seen an alligator in Florida?
Well, not in the wild, but definitely be a fun experience. I feel like maybe wrestle one of them alligators. They think they're so tough, but
they mess with no one from Texas.
no, those alligators never mess with someone from Texas.
Yeah.
Man, there's nothing more than I like than a good little spicy barbecue sauce.
Yeah, you wanna try that off? So I kind of interrupted you rudely. What's in these?
By no means, partner.
What's in these burgers?
There's some lentils, some carrots, some onions. There's some spices like paprika, garlic powder. I know garlic powder is one of your favorites, broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
There's some coconut sugar, and there's some barbecue sauce too. Kind of make a little spicy.
Spicy barbecue sauce, and I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can add whatever barbecue sauce you want, though.
Are there any barbecue lovers out there in the chat?
Mm-hmm. Give us a shout out.
These are some pulled pork. Oh no, y'all saw my shorts. I just got done wrestling an alligator, and I need to cool off.
Mm-hmm.
Check how beautiful these puppies are.
So
I sure am enjoying it.
Me and Broccoli, we grew up totally not vegan out in the
Oh hell no.
the Texas countryside, but now both of us are now vegan nowadays and living here in Florida. It's a nice little community out here, I must say. What do you think about living in Sarasota, Broccoli?
Well, I must say, I sure do appreciate those bikini bottoms.
Mm-hmm. Always
flipping, flopping everywhere in their flip flops and those bikinis.
Yeah, there's some cute babes out there by the beach.
Definitely an inspiration. And also the kind folks here, they sure are health conscious, and
there's a lot of kind folks here in Sarasota. Shout out to Sarasota.
A lot of wise people who have some experience on their belt.
I say they've done some stuff in their lives, and they've gained some experience.
Rawhide.
So tell me about the first time that you ever lassoed yourself a wild horse.
Well, I was in Virginia Beach, where there's wild horses roaming everywhere. It's a cowboy's paradise. Maybe not a vegan cowboy's paradise, but the traditional kind.
I see.
And his name was Betsy. He was all black, jet black.
Ooh.
And
I love those jet black horses.
I was camping on the beach with my wife, and I heard something thumping and
just like that, huh? Just like that.
Huh. And I heard him come towards us, and I jumped out, and I said, "Ah!" And I startled him real good. And I grabbed my lasso from my tent, and I lassoed him, and he dragged me. He did until I dug my boots into the ground, and I pulled him, and I knocked him right over. I hog-tied him, and then next morning I made a saddle, and I domesticated that horse. Yes, I did.
That's a mighty fine story there you got, Broccoli. I'm kind of surprised you don't carry a lasso on your back all the time.
You know,
never be too prepared.
That's very true. You know, I'm kind of ashamed that I've overlooked that.
But
So
always future times.
How about you? What was the first time you lassoed a bull?
A bull?
A bull.
Well, damn. It must have been about let's see. Must have been about 20 years ago, and I was out going through the plains of Alabama.
Alabama.
Kind of, yep.
Another beautiful state.
It is. It certainly is. And I was riding my beauty of a horse. Her name was Lucy.
Lucy. That's a mighty fine name.
It is a mighty fine name, and only a mighty fine horse deserves that name, if I'm gonna say. But I reckon we probably rode about 1,000 miles to get out there. Must have felt like it. But
I bet your bum was hurting.
well, yeah, it was actually a little sore after from the ride.
You know that.
I actually had a little bit of baby powder stuffed in my bag, and
Okay.
kind of, just opened up my britches and sprinkled some down there, and it took it right away, actually.
Yeah.
But,
It absorbs all that sweat in the butt crack. Right
exactly.
on.
So I was riding out in the country, you see, and must have felt like 1,000 miles, and me and Lucy were going out to this one spot where a whole bunch of different bulls and cattle and stuff run free. So we actually came upon a whole pack of them.
Whole pack of wild bulls.
Whole pack of them.
Wow. I didn't know they ran in
And
packs.
I really had my picking.
Mm.
I could choose whichever one I wanted to lasso in, and so we rode up there and got our lassos ready. Me and Lucy.
Yeah,
And,
take it off your shoulder and.
And I caught a bull. I caught one and lassoed down and brought her back to Texas with me. And she was a mighty.
She followed
good
you.
cow.
She followed right behind Lucy.
Yep. She lived a long and great life, and her kids are still with us today in Texas.
Well, that sort of brings a tear to my eyes.
I know. I know what that feels like, mate. Broccoli.
Rawhide. So,
Rawhide is that must be one of your favorite sayings.
rawhide it is.
It's kind of a cool saying. I might have to steal it myself. Rawhide.
Reminds me of raw dog.
Raw dog.
But raw dog
That
kind of.
brings back a lot of good memories too, mate. A lot of good ones. So what's new these days, Broccoli? What are you usually up to now that I haven't seen too many wild horses and cows here in Sarasota. So what are you up to these days?
Well, these days the good Lord spoke to me, and
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard Him loud and clear.
I
Hallelujah.
love it when the good Lord speaks to you.
Oh yes, and He turned my heart towards showing people how to eat plant-based foods with no animal products, and I must say I'm gonna be making some delicious recipes and sharing them to the kind folks of YouTube.
That's that's awesome of you, Broccoli, and I'm really glad we got a chance to meet because I'm actually on a similar path right now, vegetarian people. I love that word.
Vegetarian.
Yep, vegetarian.
Vegetation. I like it.
I ate meat
Rawhide.
for many years, but I've really come to understand that the good Lord, He didn't want animals to die. He said something in the Bible that said, "Thou shalt not kill," and He did not put an asterisk.
I think that's in one of those 10 Commandments.
Yep, it actually is, and a lot of people forget about that one, but even though it's a short one, it's still very important. And so yeah, and it's also a lot better for your heart. A lot of people don't take care of their heart, but I take care of my heart all the way.
Rawhide.
Animals, the food, and the planet holds a big part of my heart too, and it's way better for the environment. So, amen to that. Man, I gotta get me some more of this barbecue sauce. This spicy barbecue sauce has been making me feel all warm and gooey inside. Man, nothing like some good old barbecue sauce.
Well, I say we lasso this video up. What do you say?
All right, let's lasso this video up. I'm all game for that.
All right, my fellow Earthlings. We want to wrap this up.
Yep, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in today, and you guys can see plenty more from Broccoli and Billy Bob, yours truly here. We will definitely be cooking some vegan barbecue again in the future, so definitely check out an appearance from us guys.
Rawhide. Have a great day, y'all.
Adios, y'all.